The Fox in the Forest. The Fox in the Forest is a trumps game played with a deck of cards in which each player tries to beat the card that the other player puts down. However, there are a few little twists that turns it from a game of chance to a game of bluff and strategy. Isn't that right, voiceover Chris?
That's right, live action Chris. To begin with, the Fox in the Forest uses a custom deck of only 3 suits: keys, bells and knights, with each suit going from 1 to 11. To start the game, each player is dealt a hand of 13 cards, with the other 10 placed to one side as a draw pile. We'll get to that later. And the top of the draw pile is turned over. The suit of this card, in this case the knights, acts as the trump suit at the start of the game. To begin each trick, one player will play a card, usually the player who won the last trick. The other player then has to match the suit if they can. If they don't have any cards of the same suit, they can play any card from either of the other 2. The winner of the trick is the player who plays the highest number of the lead card suit, or a trump card. If both cards are trump cards, the highest card wins. Once you've won a trick, you keep the cards played, but they are out of the game, to be counted at the end of the round. The twist to it all, however, comes with the odd numbered cards. Each of them has a power, which is activated when it's played, and these powers are the same across all 3 suits. So the 3 of bells has the same power as the 3 of keys, and so on. The ones dictate that the player will lead the next trick, even if they've lost this one. The 3s allow you to change the decree card. That's the card that dictates the trump suit, swapping it with a card from your hand. This, as you can imagine, can be a very powerful card. The 5s allow you to draw cards from the top of the deck, discarding a card after you do so. The 7s give an extra point to whoever wins the trick in which they're played. We'll get to the point system shortly. The 9s are treated as a trump card if they're the only 9 played in a trick, and the 11s force the opponent, if they're playing second, to play either a 1 or the highest card of their suit. These powers and how and when you use them can massively swing around, especially when you consider the point system, which is perhaps the most interesting aspect of the game. Because in the Fox in the Forest, you do not always want to win. Once all the cards have been played, each player counts up their tricks, their little piles of 2 cards, to calculate the scores. However, if you lose every single trick, you win the round. If you lose 1 or 2 or 3 tricks, you win the round. But if you lose 4, 5 or 6, you lose. So the key to victory is to either win between 7 and 9 tricks, or to lose all of them, but a maximum of 3. In either case, you gain 6 points, with the loser getting 3, 2, 1 or 0, depending on how many tricks they won. The winner of the game is the first to get 21 points at the end of the round. If a round ends and both players have 21 points, the player with the highest score wins.
One of the best aspects of this game is that you never know who's going to win until the very last second. You might feel like you're cruising and flying high, but you can never let your opponent get too far behind, because if they lose all the tricks, they win the round. It's a really nice 2-player game that's very easy to pick up and play, and the powers on the odd numbered cards do give a nice little twist to a very familiar concept. It does feel a little bit expensive for what mostly amounts to a deck of cards, but the cards themselves are very nicely done with beautiful artwork, and there is certainly a lot of fun to be had here. Thank you for watching this review and how to play. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed it, and let me know down in the comments below if there's any game that you'd like me to review and if this one's been helpful to you.